So at this point in the guide, we're starting to reach a point where there isn't necessarily something new to be taught every turn or even every couple turns. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of speed this up, and between each episode, a turn may have passed or many turns may have passed, so that we can kind of skip the fluff and the stuff that you'll automatically figure out and kind of dial in just through practice and experience. So I've expanded a little bit more. I have some cities built over there, and I used a ship to whisk a settler over here super quickly. And I'm using the zones of control of my military units to try to block him from moseying in on my territory here, or at least what I want to be my territory. And I have settler on more ships and settlers on more ships, and I'm continuing my expansion. But the thing that I want to talk about right now is, I guess, what you could call a stalled city. Every now and again, you'll look at a city, and it won't make sense why it's being so unproductive when it comes to it's not growing very fast because there's not a lot of food. It's not able to produce units at all anymore. And the first thing that you want to do is to go ahead and take a look at it. So let's look at Penguinica. Let's check out our capital here. We have one citizen, and we can see here that we're bringing in 4 food. However, we have 0 net. Well, the main thing to check for, if there's 2 things to check for if you're not bringing in enough food. First off, make sure that there's even any food in the area. If you're in the center of, 20 desert tiles, then of course you're never going to have any food. But first, is there food? And then, do you have settlers and irrigation? Because those are going to have a big effect. For example, right now, these settlers that the city is supporting, that are out exploring right now, headed out to new lands, they each cost 1 food per turn. So our existing citizen takes 2 food, each of these takes 1, and that's where all the food is going. The other thing that we can do is we could start irrigating tiles. Granted, this desert and hills, they're not really the best for irrigation, but these plains, once the city starts to get bigger and starts actually working these tiles, I'll want to irrigate them immediately so that they actually produce more food. The other thing to look at is production. So we have 1 gross production but 0 net. What's happening there? In despotism and communism, those 2 forms of government, you get 3 units supported for free. Every unit after that costs 1 production per turn to upkeep, to keep it alive, pretty much. And that's represented by this little shield here. You can see that these other 3 don't have a shield icon. That's because those are the 3 units that are given to us for free. They don't require any upkeep of production each turn. But every unit after that, your net production will go down by 1. So if I need production there, I can disband any of these units. And after I build these settlers into cities, the city will only be supporting 2 people, and my net production will go back up. So those are the things to check for, to figure out why do I not have food, why do I not have production. And do a little count yourself. Look at your gross, and ask yourself, does this number make sense? And if it doesn't, you're probably missing something. You're supporting some settlers, or you have too many units, or need irrigation around. And that's a good thing to check for if you notice that a city isn't growing or it isn't pumping out units or buildings. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up there.